Hello, good afternoon. How are you all? Everybody are good? I'm also good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, myself, I'm Swapna Kumari Mahanti, Mathematics faculty from EduHunt IIT and NEET Academy. Chalo. Yes. So, do you remember what we have discussed in the last session? Do you remember? You have remember what we have discussed in the last session? Yes, very good. We have discussed about first concept is measurement of angles in the trigonometry. Next is what are the signs of particular trigonometric ratios will take place in the respective quadrants. Yes, and the third one we also have discussed about allied angles concept in trigonometry. And today we are discussing about some of the fresh concept which is nothing but complementary and supplementary angles. Can you see here? It's complementary and supplementary angles. So, yeah, very good. Yes, whatever somebody is telling that, ma'am, I have learnt it in junior classes. Yes, of course, my dear. Yes, whatever you recall, whatever you are telling, that is absolutely true. Because, see, in our lower grades, we might have familiar with this word called complementary and supplementary angles. Yes. What are complementary angles and what are supplementary angles? Anybody remember? It's very simple definition. Complementary angles are those type of angles when if you have added any two angles, the resultant must be equal to 90 degree. Right? Take any two angles, the result should be equal to 90 degree. Then those two angles are called complementary angle. Let's get back to definition. Is it clear? Right. Two angles A, B are said to be a complementary angle if A plus B is equal to 90 degree. Correct? See, just a minute. I'll get back to you. Yeah. A plus B is equal to 90 degree. Then A and B are called complementary angles. Can you please give me an example for complementary angle? Could you? Yes, very good. So, A and B are called complementary angles whenever you have A plus B is equals to 90 degree. Correct. So, if I ask you an example, 60 and 30 are complementary angles. Yes, 60 plus 30 is 90. Right? So, yeah. So, you are clear with the definition part. Am I correct? So, whenever, my next point is, whenever you have complementary angle, you can derive some results. Yes? Yes, of course. This results basically shows the relation between the complementary angles and how it acts in the trigonometry. We are going to derive results based on trigonometry ratios. What are such results? You guys are excited to learn? Yes. See, the first result is sin A is equals to cos B. What is my first result? Sin A is equals to cos B. Chalo. How? Whenever I have explained you about the trigonometric ratios about sine and cos, do you remember, children? Cos it is abbreviated as complementary of sine theta. Do you remember? I told you, yes. See, sine 30 is equal to cos 60. Do you remember? Cos is actually termed as complementary of sine, which is cosine. CO represents, it's a shortcut form of complementary, right? So, 30 plus 60, whenever you add, you will be getting 90, correct? Sin 30, cos 60, both are equal to 1 by 2. Do you remember? I have taught you in the first day of session. And I request you to go watch all such videos and then only you should come back to this. Understood? Yeah. So, sin A is equal to cos B. Of course, right? So, sin here itself I am proving with it with a great example. This is equal to this. 30 plus 60 equal to 19. Both are equal to 1 by 2. This is first derivation I can prove. And what is my second result? And what is my second result? Obviously, cos A is equal to sin B. A and B can be anything, right? Similarly, you can take cos 30 degree is equal to sin 60 degree. It can be anything. It can be anything. Cos 30 is how much? Root 3 by 2. Both are equal to root 3 by 2. Correct? Yes. That was my first result. Let's get back to second point. What is my second point? Sin square A plus sin square B is equals to 1. What is my next point? Sin square A plus sin square B is equal to 1. Let's prove this. Let's prove. I told you, just a minute. I told you A plus B is equal to 90 degree. Correct? And can I write the value of B is equal to 90 minus A? Can I write like this? Yes, I can write. Correct? Of course. So, here let me consider the value sin square A plus sin square B. Sin square A plus sin square B. Okay, I am just considering this. Fine. So, sin square A I will keep as it is. In the place of B, I will write 90 degree minus A. 90 degree minus A. So, sin square A, what is sin 90 minus A? Let me get back. 90 minus A belong to which particular quadrant? It is first quadrant. Yes, it is first quadrant. Right, in the first quadrant, sign is becoming positive or negative. Of course, it is positive because in the first quadrant, all trigonometric ratios positive, right? Yes or no? Chalo. So, this A is positive, which becomes plus, right? And 90 is an odd multiple of 90. 90 ones are 90. It's an odd multiple of 90, correct? So, if it is an odd multiple of 90, we can say that sine trigonometric ratios is changing to cos, correct? So, can I write cos square A? So, what we have from this sine square A plus cos square A is equals to 1. Sine square A plus cos square A is equals to 1. This is the trigonometric identity. Sine square A plus cos square A is equals to 1. Am I clear? Yes. Similarly, you can prove cos square A plus cos square B is equals to 1. Similarly, you can prove that. Okay, this is cos square A plus cos square B is also equal to 1. Whenever you have two angles are complementary, right? Now, what is my next task? I need to prove tan A into tan B is equal to 1. This is under multiplication and this is under addition. And here I am not at all doing square for the terms, right? So, let's get back. Tan A into tan B. Tan A into tan B, correct? So, what I can write from this? Tan A into, what is B here? As usual, 90 minus A. As usual, 90 minus A. In the place of B, I am just replacing it with 90 minus A. Got it? I am in the place of A, I am replacing it with 90 minus A. Right? So, what we have? Tan A. Now, let's get back. How you will be changing this tan 90 minus A? How you will be changing this? Again, as usual, first quadrant, odd multiple of 90, function changes, which is cot A. Tan A into cot A, correct? Yes. So, cot is defined as reciprocal function of tan. Reciprocal function of tan, correct? Yes or no? So, this tan and tan A will get cancelled and the resultant is 1. And the resultant is 1. Correct? So what are the three derivations which you have proved here? First one, whenever you have complementary angles, sine square A plus sine square B is equal to 1. That was my first result. Similarly, cos square A plus cos square B is also equal to 1. Right? And next one, whenever you have A and B are complementary angles, we can prove tan A into tan B is equal to 1 and cot A into cot B is equal to 1. I am clear with the first question. Right? Chalo. Next, my task is, you may get a doubt. Ma'am, whenever if you are considering any two angles, if the resultant is equal to 90, then you have derived all these things. What happened if I add two angles? This time I got a result 180 degree. It may get. There is no rule like every time you have to get 90 degree only, right? You may get 180 degree. Yes or no? So this time I am getting a result of 180 degree. Then what we call such type of angles? What we call such type of angles? Anybody? Anybody? Of course, good dear. It's very good. Excellent. Those type of angles are called supplementary angles. If A and B are equal to 180 degree, those type of angles are called supplementary angles. Excellent. So let's get back to the definition of supplementary angles here. Okay. What is the next concept? It is a definition of supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. Two angles are said to be, A and B are said to be supplementary if A plus B is equals 180 degree. A plus B is equals 180 degree. So let's get back based on this supplementary angles whenever you have, we also derive some results. Let's get back to the results. Okay? Chalo. So what is my first one? Sine A minus sine B is equal to 0. Whenever you have 90 degree, it is sine square A plus sine square B is equal to 1. But this time it is moving as a sine A minus sine B is equal to 0. Let's get back. We'll get back with the proof. Consider sine A minus sine B. Yes. And as usual, we have A plus B is equal to 180 degree. And B I can write in the form of 180 degree minus A. 180 degree minus A. So I just substitute here sine A minus, in the place of sine B, sine I will write as it is, bracket open, 180 degree minus A. I will write as it is. Understood? So what I will be getting here? Sine A minus 180 minus theta belongs to which particular quadrant? 180 minus A is belong to which particular quadrant it is? It's second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine is becoming positive or negative? It's positive. So sine, as 180 is a even multiple of 90, it will not change. Sine A minus sine A, the value is equal to 0. Proved. Similarly, also you can prove cos A plus cos B is equal to 0. This time it is plus. That is minus and this is plus. Why? Cos A minus cos B, in the place of cos B, I am substituting with 180 degree minus A. This I am substituting here. Yes. So if I am substituting this cos A, 180 minus J belong to which particular quadrant it is? 180 minus J belong to second quadrant as usual. In the second quadrant, yes, sine and cosec are only positive. Cos is being negative. So negative of negative which becomes positive. Correct? 180 minus J is negative. Negative of negative is positive. and cos A plus cos B, it is not being cancelled. It is not being cancelled. So let's check with cos A plus cos B. Okay, this time I am checking it with cos A. If I am taking cos A minus cos B, I am getting cos A plus cos B. Correct? Now if I will take cos A plus cos B, what is the resultant? Let's check with this. Cos A plus, in the place of B, I need to substitute it with 180 degree minus A. Correct? Yes. Cos A, cos 180 minus A is second quadrant, it will become minus cos A, and hence it will become 0. So you need to take plus instead of minus. So whenever you have two supplementary angles, sin A minus sin B is equal to 0, cos A plus cos B is equal to 0. Whenever you have two supplementary angles. Right, yes. Next one. What is my next result? Similarly, you can also prove tan A plus tan B. It is as usual like this. Tan A plus tan B is also equal to 0. For example, 120 and 60. Tan 120 plus tan 60 always tan 120 plus tan 60 equal to 0, because 120 and 60 are supplementary angles. It is under plus, remember that these are important here. Yes. So this is done with the concept. This is about complementary and supplementary angles concept. I request you to go through with the worksheet problems which you have and try to create some problems. In our next session, we are going to have to discuss about this problems based on the concept. Got it? Until and unless, have a good day to all. Thank you all. Bye bye.